Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In my previous video, we talked about how the self, the consciousness that is in the substrata of the universe is a mute witness of whatever is happening in the universe and by the living entities. We also talked about how life goes like a circle from bottom to top and top to bottom. Today, in this video, in continuation of my talk in my previous video, I wish to tell you something about a few anecdotes, especially one in this one where you will know how destiny and karma work and how good periods, bad period and indifferent period follows or takes place in a particular person's life. It could be a permutation and combination of good and bad and indifferent. You will see how it is in this one. There was one young man in the late 40s or early 50s who was born in Punjab. He had two adult brothers who became established character actors in Bollywood in Bombay. By that time, this boy was a young man. He came to Bombay with the dreams of becoming an actor, especially a hero in Bollywood films. At the same time, another boy from Uttar Pradesh came to Bombay and he was not that privileged. He was the eldest in his family, but he also had dreams of becoming an actor. Both these guys were almost of the same age and they started struggling to make it big in the film industry. Now comes destiny. The good period of the UP guy came first, and the bad period of the Punjab guy came later. As a result of which, in the presence of this Punjab boy, this UP guy succeeded and became a top actor, while this boy could not even land one role despite having two elder brothers who were already established in the film industry. This boy ate humble pie and took up a job in some company. He got married and he raised a family. At the same time, the UP guy came up leaps and bounds and he also raised a family. He was more successful than the Punjab boy. For almost 2 decades, both of them lived life in this manner, where one was becoming successful film after film and the other was not at all successful in films. He got some small, tiny, very forgettable roles of one scene or another. In the year 1969-70, the UP guy was so firmly established that he began producing films on his own. This Punjab guy approached him for a role. The UP guy was impressed by this Punjab guy and gave him a small role. That was the break this Punjab guy wanted or needed. Years passed. This Punjab guy's bad period and his neutral period were over, and by the turn of this century, he had become a superstar, while the UP guy had to go through several problems because of his own son. Later, these people met each other and they were equally friendly to each other from the time that when they had started together. This Punjab boy, in spite of his age, had now made it big and was something of a legend in Bollywood film industry. Same happened to the UP guy also, but at the time when this Punjab guy was climbing up the ladders, this UP man was climbing down. They met in one place, and when they reached the right place, this Punjab guy, who had started late in the film industry, died. His funeral was attended by the same UP guy who said, I remember this boy. He had come to me in the year 1970 for a role, and I gave him a break that has made him a legend today. But unfortunately, he died before I did, despite the fact that I had become successful long back. 6 months later, the same UP guy died in his sleep. The name of the Punjab guy was Amrish Puri, and the name of the UP guy was Sunil Dutt. Both of them are legends in Bollywood and in Indian film industry even today. But please see how destiny takes its turn. We think that everything is a coincidence or it happens by fluke. No. These two guys came to Bombay long back in some late 40s or early 50s, began struggling to become an actor. One succeeded, another failed at that time because of each person's own destiny and karma, and then the successful guy gave a break to the failure guy 20 years later, and the failure guy became a legend on his own and died even before the successful guy did. And 6 months later, this successful guy also died in his sleep. This is very, very strange and very interesting case study of destiny and karma. We should all take a leaf out of this storybook and remember that we should never get disheartened if we are going through a bad period, or we should never get overconfident if we are going through a super good period. Neither a failure is a fool nor a successful person is brilliant. It is only time which is brilliant. The person who is successful may come back as an ordinary person later, and the failure can come back as a legend later. The irony is that many a time we feel that a person who succeeded fast will die fast, and the person who succeeded slow will die slow. No, it does not happen that way. God has His own plans. Destiny and karma have their own plans. We must tend to remember this and adhere to the rules accordingly. Please tell me what you feel about my story. If you sincerely believe that what I am talking to you makes sense, kindly subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my future videos. Please pardon me for any error, mistake, or blunder in my appearance, spelling, grammar, etc. Because when I am talking to you on serious spiritual and material things, I tend to ignore these frivolous matters. Till we meet next time in my next video, it is good day from TSV Raghavan.